But this guy keeps posting on his Instagram, and he increasingly sounds like the erratic, black turtlenecked Elizabeth Holmes of Theranos fame.
Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So we're following the plight of the what's it called again? Nikola Motor Corp. Nikola Corp. I don't know what they're called, something like that. Anyway, the point is, Jim Cramer, who most of you will know, has a very large mainstream audience of mum and dad investors. There's a lot of people who watch him who, for example, would never find YouTube videos and be learning about investing that way. So he reaches a very broad audience. So when he discusses topics and stocks, it's actually really significant because it can influence the minds, the thinking, the decisions of retail investors in the wider landscape. Remember, if you're on YouTube and you're learning about stocks and investing, you're really weird and unusual. So let's see what Jim Cramer had to say about Nikola stock. And for the record, full disclosure, I don't own Nikola stock. I'm not short Nikola stock. I have never been short or owned Nikola stock. And at this point in time, I don't see that changing anytime soon. Just wanted you guys to know that. So let's see what Cramer had to say. But first, hey guys, if you're in the US and you'd like to help out the channel and get a free stock, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account and fund it with $100, you'll get a free stock valued up to $1,600. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it.
It all looked less like a business and more like a business plan. Not much in the way of sales, no earnings whatsoever, and no production for years. Sure enough, Nikola initially surged higher, running from the 30s to around 94, but it quickly peaked, and the stock's been working its way lower ever since, oscillating wildly on the way down, including a monster 15% decline today that took it all the way back to the 30s. I want to circle back to this one because it's had a truly crazy week, and I think I can teach a lot about how to be a better speculator. See, on Tuesday, Nikola received what sure looked like the ultimate vote of confidence. We learned that they'd be partnering with General Motors to build their new Badger pickup truck. In response, Nikola's stock price pole vaulted from 35 to 50 in a single session. Then yesterday morning, a short-selling research firm ominously named Hindenburg Research published a devastating critique, and the stock's been tanking ever since, to the point where it's now giving back all of the GM gains and then some. Didn't help that management's response seemed kind of ill-advised. So let me walk you through this step by step, especially considering one very important fact that you must know from the top. Hindenburg, the research firm, people behind it, they're shorting the stock they're trashing. Not illegal, but you need to know that because in many ways that's very salient for the people who own Nikola. First was the GM deal. Not only did they partner with Nikola on their upcoming electric pickup truck, which I call the honey badger, not the badger, because it's an infamous animal because the honey badger don't care. GM is also taking an 11% stake in the business. Wow, imprimatur. Though they're getting that stake in exchange for in-kind services, not cash. Nikola will use GM's batteries in their electric trucks and use GM's fuel cells for its larger Class 7 and Class 8 trucks. According to General Motors, the deal is worth $4 billion to them, and Nikola bandied about the same number. All that sounds pretty positive, doesn't it? Well, there's one little issue. Normally, when a big established company partners up with a high-flying tech startup, the startup contributes some technology. That doesn't seem to be the case here. Aside from the software, if anything, it's the other way around. GM's providing their technical know-how to Nikola.
The GM-Nikola deal was an enormous red flag, which I discussed a few days ago on this channel. The terms were absolutely ludicrous, just absurd. If anyone actually paid attention and read and understood what was going on, effectively it boiled down to this. Nikola, with their breakthrough battery technology, breakthrough fuel technology, all fucking the best shit in the world. And then they go to GM and go, hey GM, can you please make this thing? We've got some pictures of it, and apparently we've designed some other stuff, apparently. Yeah, but you will need your battery and your fuel cell, and you can also build them and manufacture them, and then we'll buy those off you, and then we'll mark them up and sell them to another customer, like to our customers, because we'll be your customer just buying them. So you'll make a shitload of money from us buying these from you. Oh, we'll also give you about $700 million for actually, equipment for the factory production lines, all that kind of stuff. Oh, and you can also have 11% stake in our company just as well. And that's the whole deal right there. What do you think?
The market initially loved the story, with GM stock jumping 8% on Tuesday, while Nikola jumped more than 40%. Now, to be fair, Nikola's pulled back 15% on Wednesday, simply because of profit taking. People knew it had run up too far too fast. The overall narrative remained very positive, though, at least until yesterday morning. Enter the lead balloon. This short-selling firm, Hindenburg Research, published a truly scathing, very long critique, and it was titled, How to Parlay an Ocean of Lies into a Partnership with the Largest Auto OEM in America. Suboptimal. There were some serious allegations here. Hindenburg claims that Nikola's CEO, Trevor Milton, has a history of lying to investors and business partners. They claim he's lying about Nikola having the ability to produce hydrogen, about having solar panels on their headquarters, about owning natural gas wells, and crucially, they claim he's lying about the truck. Now, some of these allegations have partially been confirmed by Bloomberg and the Financial Times, so there's something here. There's a little smoke, a little fire. Hindenburg's core argument is simple. They say Nikola's truck doesn't really work, that it's basically vaporware, and all the demonstration videos have either been faked or heavily misrepresented. For example, according to the Financial Times, Nikola apparently showed a video of a semi-truck rolling down a hill and edited the slope out to make it look like their truck was actually running. Raised eyebrow. And that's not even the craziest stuff. Hindenburg claims Nikola signed a letter of intent to buy a company whose president had just been indicted for using NASA research funds to pay for prostitutes.
Wait, you can't do that?
A curious business decision, if I might say. Even after learning that the company's technology didn't actually exist, Trevor Milton allegedly kept hyping this tech as a game changer. Another one, the old CFO resigned in 2018 and then filed a lawsuit against Nikola. A month later, the company refunded all its deposits. Maybe that has nothing to do with the lawsuit whatsoever. Again, though,
never a good sign when a chief financial officer, somebody that's managing the money at a major corporation, leaves or is fired and a lawsuit is underway or ensues. It's rarely a good sign. Those of you who've been following the plight of some guy called Dan, the king of insecurity, I can't remember the dude's name. Similar situation with the cannabis company he founded. Look into it if you haven't heard the details. Similar situation with one of their financial officers leaving, lawsuit ensues, and it looks like another sinking ship. Again, just me thinking out loud, totally unrelated to Nikola.
For fuel cells to work, you need a cheap source of hydrogen. In the past, Trevor Milton, never trust a man with two first names,
but always trust a guy with three first names,
has repeatedly said that Nikola succeeded in reducing the cost of hydrogen by 81% versus his peers. However, when pressed, he admitted they'd never actually produced hydrogen at this price. Hey, maybe his brothers are the case. Worst of all, Hindenburg alleges that the products are largely vaporware and Nikola has no meaningful IP, also known as intellectual property. For example, the company used inverters that have claimed to have been made in-house, but Hindenburg says they actually buy them externally and slap on a new label. Now, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, even if half these accusations are true, and there's like a monster amount of accusations, there could be a great movie in here. You know, like a Netflix thing. And it gets better, or worse, if you're a shareholder. After the report came out yesterday, the CEO kept going on Instagram and Twitter promising that he was working on a point-by-point rebuttal. Then this morning, Nikola publishes a one-page press release with no exculpatory information whatsoever. They just said they're going to sue Hindenburg Research. You hire a lawyer, you sue. It's what people do. Hey, yeah. We reached out to the company for an official comment to see if we could get something more in depth. So far, they haven't responded. But it's a long weekend. I'll be in my garden. You can reach me. But this guy keeps posting on his Instagram, and it increasingly sounds like the erratic, black turtlenecked Elizabeth Holmes of Theranos fame.
He said it, not me.
Take a look.
When you're changing the world and you're doing good things and you're an entrepreneur, these people love to try to take you down. They love it. But this was all about money and greed.
Allow me to refresh your memory.
This is what happens when you work to change things. And first they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world. And I have to say, I personally was shocked to see that the Journal would publish something like this.
First they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden, you get that video. I've got to tell you, if Hindenburg's research is lying, some of this stuff should be very easy to dispute. For example, if they got a truck that actually runs, well, you know what? Run the truck, right? Release the video. I mean, easy. That would shoot that Hindenburg down fast. Bring in a neutral third party, have them drive it. Oh, take that zip one down. Instead, we get the CEO deleting his old tweets and posting things on Instagram that really don't belong on Instagram.
I'm super mad, and there's nothing I can do about it for a little bit, okay? You gotta give me some time. It's not in my hands, it's in the hands of the attorneys and the SEC. So let them do their part for just a little bit. I know it's gonna hurt, but when we come out of it, everyone will be like, listen, for my language, fuck those people. They're shitty people. All this was lies, and it was slander against Nikola to make hundreds or tens of millions of dollars of profit on short selling. But I can tell you right now that they are lies. 99% of them are all lies. There's a little bit of truth mixed in there when it comes to like disgruntled employees or whatever.
Like the fact that Nikola had a call with the SEC about these allegations. Ain't nothing wrong with that, I guess. Now, the CFO's posting that the research report is a hit job with no substance, and they'll have a response next week. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I get that. I await the response. So, by the way, there's the guy from Hindenburg, Nathan. Yeah, Nathan. All right, now, maybe the whole report is a tissue of lies, aside from the stuff that's been confirmed by outside news organizations. But that's the problem with speculating on a company that's a little more than a business plan. The bottom line, Nikola's so early in its development that it can be hard to tell fact from pulp fiction. It's not like they're moving lots of merchandise. If you buy an early stage tech company like this one, you're betting on the technology and you're betting on management. Right now, it's maybe not that great a bet. I don't know if it will crash and burn like the actual Hindenburg. But without a point-by-point rebuttal that I expect on Monday on my desk, well, let's just say some of the allegations, they make me feel like the stock remains a sell.
Pay very close attention, guys. Take notes, watch and learn. We're not going to see an event like this happen every day. Now, whether or not these allegations prove to be correct and based in reality or fabrications of somebody's incredible imagination still remains to be seen. But in either case, it's really worth watching this event unfold. Let me know in the comments below. Do you own Nikola stock? Are you short Nikola stock? Have you owned or been short Nikola stock in the past? And also, I just wanted to say, let's be honest, as Cramer was saying in terms of speculating in stocks, if we're being honest, the vast majority of people who own or have owned Nikola stock aren't investors. They're speculators and they're in the casino, because there has been no way to verify or validate most of their claims. And if you dig a little bit beneath the surface, as many have been doing online, especially Twitter and YouTube, you begin to see a lot of red flags and inconsistencies which would steer you probably, if you're reasonable and rational, in a different direction. Unless, of course, you're somebody with an appetite for risk. But once again, that's not stock investing, that's gambling in the stock casino. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan, this is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget your free stocks with WeBull and stake using the links below. Deposit $100 in your WeBull account and you'll get a free stock valued up to $1,600, and stake, spin the roulette wheel, you'll either get Nike, GoPro or Dropbox.
Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.